Yo, what's up, Invisible Man? It's your homeboy Glorthak hanging out down here in the basement of Dracula's castle. I was wondering how you feel about non-invisible creatures like the Predator using fake invisibility technology when those predation jobs could be going to naturally invisible people. And that train of thought led me to this one. How do you feel about entire starships like the Romulan Warbird turning invisible?
Good boy. Young what pyro? Young male pyromancer.
Male pyromancer.
You know that young male pyromancer?
You're not that. They could eat you.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I know they're gonna be fine. Comes to mind Transformers that are also micro machines that transform into tiny cars and things. Lego Man, you know, like the helmet for Lego.
Just do this so that I have something, I have a reference point to look at. I'm now looking at the TV. I'm talking relatively normally. I might be trying to open my eyes a little bit more.
Listening to it. It's tea.
Sick.
Toast. We know
What was the bag?
is
Just above a day.
a purple. Just target the fucking.
Thames. You go to the boss's chambre and tend to your...
Yeah, blow this arm right off you.
Speak to one control.
All right.
See if I can find more things to kill over. Oh, off the edge. Whee!
Kill the lights, gonna fight, don't you hustle me on this ride. Feel the spite, won't
song behind it, that is. I'm glad that YouTube account is not any big thing because I definitely would have gotten copyrighted.
These days, you would get in trouble. Oh, is there an RN?
I think Tammy is a fetch, or not real, or something.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I don't
Interesting
know
call.
for sure. It's
Yeah.
she move everything that she does seems like something pretend. I assume it is because
And horn honking and all kinds of people and flashing cop lights.
that live
Yeah,
like
right
10
around the
minutes,
corner.
10 minutes away from me, 5 minutes away from me,
Yeah.
and I never see them.
Yeah.
This will be a cool place to chill for a while. It's just a nice planet, and then the planet starts like granting their wishes, but in like
What's up? Welcome to Maybe We'll Talk. It is summertime. It is like 10 in the morning. The sun is beating down. The air conditioning is on. The cats are indoors taking naps. Everyone's lying around the house. Did I say welcome to Maybe We'll Talk, a podcast where I talk to my friends on the phone? Let's talk to Locke and Weebs. Let's me and Locke and Weebs react sort of. Well, I was definitely half dead at the time, but I think we were all a little bit flabbergasted with not a whole bunch of things to say after watching episodes 8 and 9. 8, of course, is the very strange one. If you're familiar with Twin Peaks: The Return, which is what we're talking about, which is what we're reacting to. Yeah. And then let's talk about The Stand with Pete after that. So, and then after that, I'll see if I can do a good job of summarizing what we're going to be covering next, what's coming up next, and what else we're doing, and what, what the shape of things to come might be. Maybe if you hear me digging through papers and things on my desk, I'm getting out a little piece of scrap paper so that I can maybe jot down notes about what I'm going to say about what's coming up. So, thank you for being here. Yeah. Let's see how we felt about Twin Peaks. Episode 8, I think, in particular. Maybe we'll see what we say. It's very possible 9 didn't make an impression on us because we were so flabbergasted by episode 8. We'll see I don't remember. This was a few weeks ago now. But yeah, we're starting to catch up. We're going to be done with Peaks soon. This is all that's what I'm going to say at the end, is what's coming next. Thanks. Bunch of things. Which I mention every episode. But anyway, I'm trying to keep the housekeeping to the end. Is that most people do housekeeping at the top. I sat down and I was like, well, let's just say something about how hot it, because we're having a June heat wave right now. I went to the farmer's market to sell, and it was very hot, but it was kind of okay, and I'm really excited that I'm going to be doing that this summer. But what I wanted to say was, let's talk about Twin Peaks and then The Stand. And now I've said it, so let's go, and I'll talk more about what's coming next at the end of everything I have to present today. Thank you. What I wanted to say was, let's talk about Twin Peaks and then The Stand. And now I've said it, so let's go. And I'll talk more about what's coming next at the end of everything I have to present today. Thank you. Of everything I have to present today. Thank you. I feel like I had a question that maybe I was going to ask you before watching this particular episode. But I don't know what it is.
It'll come to you.
How do you like season 3 so far? This is the first time you've seen like this much of it?
Yeah. I think we're actually finally at the point where I haven't seen these.
Oh, wow. Because if you stopped right here,
Yeah. Yeah,
that's a funny.
I said at some point I'd only seen like 3 or 4 episodes, but it was apparently a lot more than that.
Cool.
And I don't remember, but yeah, we're getting into uncharted waters.
I know somebody, when this TV show came out, I was talking about Twin Peaks a lot. I said, you gotta watch Twin Peaks, you gotta watch Twin Peaks. This person watched season 1 of Twin Peaks, in a week. He watched season 2 of Twin Peaks in 2 weeks. He watched season 3 of Twin Peaks. He got to this episode. He watched this episode. He never watched Twin Peaks again.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this one.
This is
I've been looking forward to this one for a while.
Yeah, so here it is. So this is like the one.
You playing with
The Neo.
I'm trying to protect us.
The only way to do that is to settle your debt with Duda.
What do you want?
Any last words?
So here it is. So this is like the one.
You playing with
The Neo.
I'm trying to protect us.
The only way to do that is
One.
Her boss is the cop from The Crow.
The lady. You mean Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters? Is that Ernie Hudson?
Is it?
The cop from The Crow is definitely the guy from Ghostbusters.
It is? Okay, well,
Yeah.
then it's the same person.
Are you like?
I don't know names.
Are you? But like, did you not watch Ghostbusters 100 times as a child?
You might have been there when I watched Ghostbusters 100 times on at Josh Pete's apartment. I just sat in front of that TV. I played it. I rewound it. It was VHS. So I played it again. I rewound. What should we call it? The lady who went to see.
The one.
The lady who went to see. Her boss is the cop from The Crow.
The lady. You mean Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters? Is that Ernie Hudson?
Is it?
The cop from The Crow is definitely the guy from Ghostbusters.
It is? Okay, well,
Yeah.
then it's the same person.
Are you like?
I don't know names.
Are you? But like, did you not watch Ghostbusters 100 times as a child?
You might have been there when I watched Ghostbusters 100 times on at Josh Pete's apartment. I just sat in front of that TV. I played it. I rewound it. It was. Ghostbusters 100 times on. Remember, I was the shouting. I just sat in front of that TV. I played it. I rewound it. It was VHS. So I played it again. I rewound it. I played it again. I think I watched it 5 times in a row.
Wow.
It was the first time I'd seen it.
Wow.
I was really
Okay.
taken with it.
Yeah, that guy in my head is definitely not the cop from The Crow.
Oh.
Like, that's not how I identify that guy.
To me, will always be.
Like, that's not how I identify that guy.
Nice.
Identify that guy.
Nice.
Why are the eyes?
So that's the flashback origin story. That explains everything that happens in the series is because of this.
Yep. Now we get it.
Yeah. Now it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the water, and this is the well. Drink full and descend. Yeah. The horse is the white of the eyes, and dark within.
Nice.
How I identify that guy.
Nice.
Why are the eyes?
So that's the flashback origin story. Like, that's not how I identify that guy.
Nice.
Why are the eyes?
So that's the flashback origin story.
Nice.
Why are the eyes?
So that's the flashback origin story. That explains everything that happens in the series is because of this.
Yep. Now we get it.
Yeah. Now it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the water, and this is the well. Drink full and descend. Yeah. The horse is the white of the eyes, and dark within.
I gotta change my
Makes sense.
voicemail for that.
Yeah.
Which is my only voicemail. So.
I believe it is theorized that this girl could be Sarah Palmer.
She's got some Machen emic to her like facial structure.
Some amic to her Madgen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really actually from this particular what we're looking at right now. Yeah. Strongly.
I was noticing it as they were walking around.
So that's an interesting thought for sure.
That's a strong emic.
You need to send a message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The soundtrack on the show is
Killer.
fucking
Cool show.
Yeah.
the soundtrack on the show is
Killer.
fucking killer. Yes.
It approaches the quality of Transformers, the movie 1986.
That's a pretty good soundtrack.
I know. The best.
That's Stan Bush guy.
Yeah, Stan Bush, Lion. You got your Inspector, or right? No, they're your Spectre General. Weird Al.
And Weird Al, that's right, yeah. Dare to be stupid.
It's funny that Laura Palmer was credited in that episode. Did I forget where she showed up?
Who was credited?
Laura Palmer was credited in that episode.
And Weird Al, that's right, yeah.
It's funny that Laura Palmer was credited in that episode. Did I forget where she showed up?
Who was credited?
Laura Palmer was credited in that episode, that last one. Like whatever the actor's name is who plays Laura Palmer.
Yeah.
But she had a place in the credits, and I remember seeing her in the bubble in the previous one. I don't remember seeing her in
I don't feel like, yeah. Her face appears in the opening credits of every episode. I don't know if she gets credited for that every episode.
It's her likeness. She might.
It's possible. She came out of a golden rune tree that came out of Mr. Hom's head while he floated.
And she went into a saxophone analog.
Yes.
To come to Earth. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut in.
Well, I like that, and Eraserhead makes me think about this.
Saxophone analog.
Yes.
To come to Earth. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut in.
Well, I like that, and Eraserhead makes me think about this a lot. I like that maybe on the layer below this one has a bunch of machinery on it that is tending to various things happening in this reality. And there's a bunch of weird, like when you look up in the ceiling above the saxophone, there's all these gears and things turning and machines. Yeah, I like the idea that there's an industrial layer building reality and occasionally sending a Laura Palmer.
That it's like there's, from that side of the mirror, some of the mechanics of the universe are like visible.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Like I think of that, like, I'm not saying that I think this is correct, but to me, that part of the show, like the other dimensional stuff,
yes,
is very like, this isn't what it is. This is like, if you were looking at it, this is the closest your brain might be able to get to what you're actually seeing.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like parsing the data very poorly, but like giving you impressions
Your kind
of,
would not understand.
Yeah. And like, so you're just getting an impression of the meaning of the thing, but you're not seeing the thing. And so like it's like all of this stuff. It's like, why is the thing through which Laura Palmer bubble goes, like it certainly has finger holes like a flute. It doesn't have like clappers or whatever those things are called, like a saxophone. It's shaped like saxophone. It's like, it's clearly musical instrument adjacent. And that's intentional because it's David Lynch.
Yeah.
But is it like a song, like art, is the connection between these two realms? Like or is it that it's like the sound, the vibration, because he's big into vibrations?
He is really big into sounds and vibrations.
Yeah. That seems more likely to me. But all of that stuff, like the woman listening to the record player and the clanking alarm thing, Whatever the F that is.
Well, it's
That seems more likely to me. But all of that stuff, like the woman listening to the record player and the clanking alarm thing. Whatever the F that is.
Well, it's
warning them that nukes are going off.
Maybe, I guess so. Oh, I guess that is probably what's happening.
Well, or that not that nukes are going, but like it seems to be like. I think it's representative of like something big has happened.
Something is happening in the other realm.
Yeah. Or either in the other realm, or that it could be in their realm because there is like an incursion of another realm into their realm. Which is I got the sense that like all of the art school stuff was like, because it's like they show the White Sands test bomb, but then they also show like all of these other explosions, which I wondered if that might be representative of all the other nuclear tests.
Yeah, that because this technology is available and is going to continue to
impact against the membrane, separating our world and theirs, which allows breaches, and therefore you get things like the Woodsman, and you get Bob, and
I've heard that thing.
Holes.
And what?
And holes.
Holes.
Basically.
Yeah.
You've heard that thing.
I've heard the thing that barfs up Bob referred to as Judy.
Judy.
You know, Philip Jeffries comes into the room and he says, "We're not gonna talk about Judy." You know? And there's definitely more talk about somebody named Judy in the show in further episodes. But
that figure was a total cipher. I had no idea what that was.
I don't think anyone explicitly calls that thing Judy. But I think that people theorize that's it. We definitely hear more about that, and it's hard for me to not talk about what's going to happen.
Yeah. So we've got the Laura Palmer bubble that goes to Earth, and I mentioned
Washington. We imagine
it goes to Washington,
Yeah.
right? Like you do see it go down onto the map of the United States in sort of that southwest or
do we? Yeah, it kind of. Yeah, I almost
region.
didn't see. I remember looking at the map of the states and being like, "Is that really what the Caribbean looks like?"
Well, so the reason I wonder is because I'm trying to determine if there's any connection between, like, so you're saying like, hey, this woman might be Sarah Palmer.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Mansion looking lady.
I'm not sure. I mean, I feel like that's something I heard.
Speculation.
So that's not. Yeah.
I mean, it's all speculation.
She could be anybody or nobody. She could not have that whole episode. Obviously, thematically has stuff going on, but it could really have very little actual connection.
I really wanted to know, so like the woodsman who's speaking into the radio and knocking people out.
Oh, that's such a that. I love it.
So
I
good.
love that. I love that sequence. I love the whole thing.
Yeah, you are a worm through time. But he's knocking people out. He does it until the bug gets into one of the sleepers, and then he stops. He crushes the guy's head.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he's using the pain to like get. You know, he's doing something. I don't
Amplify
know,
his pirate broadcast. Yeah.
But then he's done with it, and then he leaves, right? And it's like he's accomplished whatever he was trying to accomplish. Whatever he was trying to accomplish, if he can be said to have motives like that.
And then he goes and lives in a convenience store for 60 years.
And just waits.
With the guy who moves different.
I'm moving different.
The guy with the white mask with the pointy nose, you know who I mean?
That
guy. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna see more of the convenience store also. Like, I think Coop makes his way back there to see those guys again. The Woodsman might be the coolest. The Woodsman might be the coolest part of this whole thing. Just the vibe, just the scary, the same kind of thing. It's you look at it, and your brain has to see something.
Yeah.
You know, it's a weird guy covered in grease that you can tell something's wrong, but it's either like something that must be like the vibe is that like either I must be mistaken. That's not a man covered in grease. It can't be. It's either just like, it's either something that's probably not a big deal, because the alternative is that something has gone so wrong.
Yeah.
There's something so incorrect about a man smiling, covered in grease, asking me for a light, while my wife is like in slow motion agony.
Roaring.
Yeah, roaring in slow motion. Like the flow of time has changed. Like the vibration has fundamentally fucked up everything around us.
There's a line that you're reminding me of that's people who say I'm sure it was nothing are universally sure it was something.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Don't say that unless you know. It's like holding up a hand in the face of, the howling void. I'm sure it was nothing. Yeah, those woodsmen, man, that's my, communicating that successful. Yeah, those woodsmen, man, that's my, those woodsmen, man, communicating that successfully, the basilisk, by which I mean
the guy, that one basilisk, the dude in the future.
No, not that one.
Oh,
the thing about Lovecraft stories where it's he says indescribable a lot.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
But if you think about a basilisk is a terrifying thing. I'm pulling this straight from a podcast with from Penny Arcade. Tycho says this, but
okay.
If you hear about a basilisk, it's it's a chicken lizard, and that does not sound scary.
Right.
It's just a fucking chicken lizard, okay. But actually it turns you so it's terrifying. It's just I saw it out of the corner of my eye, I ran the fuck away. It's like a bird and a lizard. It's just the best you could grab a hold of. And that description of the woodsman is so apt, I think. This dude in this weird hat, like you said, covered in grease, that is just not right.
Yeah, just something's really wrong here.
And the what's his name? The dude who gets out of prison with Coop.
Right.
Dark Coop Bob. Where he's this stuff starts happening and he's seeing these guys swarming the guy he just shot. And for a minute he's kind of what the fuck is happening? And then he's screaming and he has to sit down on the ground because he can't handle it. And there's this, I was thinking about it in that moment, what would I stay to see what was happening and try to understand it, or would I leave? And I think it's entirely dependent on what it felt like. If it was if I got that vibe of just terrible danger and ugly wrongness,
yeah, just
you?
There's some, yeah.
Would you stay or would you go?
Go. I'm not into the world being incorrect. I'm done with that shit. I'm done with LSD. I'm done with all kinds of things.
Salvia.
I had enough of that. I had enough of there's something over there that's gone wrong.
That thing wasn't a mailbox a minute ago.
Right, places where, the veil is thin. I've had enough of that. You tell me if this is something that I made up. It's a cockatrice if a lizard sits on a hen's egg, but it's a basilisk if a hen sits on a lizard egg. And does one of them wear a crown sometimes? Does the cockatrice go about with a crown on?
That sounds very truthy.
The crown? Or the eggs?
The eggs swapping, but I don't know the answer.
That's really the part I think I might have made up. I should... I think it might be, one of them might be true. If a snake lays an egg in the hen house and the hen sits on it, it becomes a cockatrice. Oh boy.
A basilisk, aka a cockatrice.
Oh. I thought a cockatrice was mostly chicken and a basilisk was mostly a lizard.
Is born from a toad or serpent's egg incubated under a cockerel.
Under a cockerel. It's not a hen that sits on it.
It's got to be a rooster.
The cockerel sits on it. Weird.
It became synonymous with basilisk around 1260.
Okay, I definitely maybe at one point basilisk was more the lizard version.
I really
or maybe
well,
they're all both both roosters and lizards.
We're only approaching what it actually is, so you're
Well, you're not allowed to look at it. That's that's the best part. So
in 1180, the basilisk was the product of an egg laid by a rooster incubated by a toad. See, you're onto it here.
Laid by a rooster, though.
Yep.
What? Does that only happen when toads are around? I mean, it must.
It is thought that a cock egg could hatch out of a cockatrice. I am going to click on cock egg. Despite... Okay, it's an egg with no yolk.
Oh.
Weird.
Yeah. I was worried.
Do cocks lay them?
No, it's they're laid by hens.
Oh, they're laid by hens, but
they are
defects.
Yeah, they're usually very early on. They're sometimes called cock eggs, fairy eggs, fart eggs, dwarf eggs, and witch eggs.
Fart eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what bomb nuts are?
Bomb nuts?
Bum nuts.
Oh, bum nuts. As I glued my balls to my ass again, that.
The Australian term for eggs.
Oh, bum nuts.
Bum nuts. Okay, you are correct about the don't look at them.
Yeah.
Although I think it's don't let it look at you.
Well, I always assumed you were not supposed to make eye contact. I mean, I feel like if it looks at you, if you're not even looking at it, and it comes up and looks at you and you die, that's not fair.
It's not, but that's apparently what it does. And
oh, really? It just if it looks at you at all?
The weasel's the only animal that's immune to the glance of a cockatrice.
The weasel?
Yeah, but if they hear a rooster crow, they will die immediately.
This is insane.
If you can get them to look into a mirror, that's
science.
Also that's very effective. Man, no basilisks for me. I wonder if if you're wearing like a sack over your whole body, kill you.
That must be. That's where we find the cautionary tale. Make
Always
sure,
wear a bag.
never nude.
Yeah.
Keep your jeans on, and the basilisk. If the basilisk sees your genitals, you'll turn into stone.
Yeah. Not just your junk either.
Right.
Oh, Mithrandir got a case of the stone junk.
Mithrandir?
Mithrandir is the elven name for Gandalf. I just pulled it.
Oh, okay. I knew I had heard that word before.
Pretty far afield. I'm taken as far afield from Twin Peaks.
Do you watch the TV show where he falls out of the sky?
Mithrandir?
Yeah, is that what happens?
I've only ever watched the original Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Ralph Bakshi?
Oh, actually, I'm sure I watched the cartoon of The Hobbit when I was little.
They made what?
Rings of Power. Yes,
Yes.
You're talking about Rings of Power. Yeah, I have not seen any of that.
I think he falls out of the sky. He appears, like some hobbits find him, and he's all like,
"Huh,
I'm a weird old man from the cosmos, and I can talk to animals."
I'm a Maiar. Yuki's a Maiar.
Yeah, what's the other kind of thing?
Well, there's Ainu, that's like the god analog, I think, if I remember the name correctly. And there's the Maiar, of which Sauron and Gandalf are, or is it?
Oh no, I thought those two were different kinds of beings.
I'm pretty sure
Or
Sauron.
no, wait, no, wait.
It's Melkor.
Okay.
The Sauron predecessor, Melkor, is something else.
He's one of the things. That's the other thing.
He's one of the angels.
Yeah.
And then the Sauron and Gandalf are like sub-angels.
Yeah, I read some of that.
Silmarillion.
One time. Yeah. It was hard to read. I was in high school.
Yeah, I read it in high school, and it was just. I love that universe, but it was a slog.
Yeah, so Twin Peaks is cool.
Twin Peaks is super good. Excuse me.
It's hard to even say a lot about.
Bobby Briggs is so good.
Bobby Briggs is the main character.
Yeah, he has main character energy. He's got a fucking such a good heart, despite being a murderer.
Despite the time that he shot a guy in the head on cocaine in high school.
Yeah. You know, we all make mistakes in our youth.
Yeah.
One of the great tragedies of our time is that no one's allowed to grow.
Everything that you do in high school is statute of limitations on that shit is like 4 years past high school.
Yeah.
Once you're like, once you're 25, anything that you did in high school
25.
is I'm being very facetious.
I understand.
I really don't think that that's the case. I feel like some people probably do some really terrible things in high school that they should probably go to jail for.
They get to have consequences.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bobby
really,
Briggs is not.
I think just prophylactically, we should probably just throw all teenagers in jail until they're 25.
No developmental psychological side effects for that. Good solution.
It's better than having them on the street.
You know, but there was that time where we all sang to the people serving coffee. And teenagers did that, you know. Bobby Briggs is great.
Yeah.
Hawk is great. Chad is his name Chad?
His name is fucking Chad. Get out of the fucking conference room, Chad.
And then
Stop
open
eating
a window.
3 lunches. Yeah.
Open a window, Bobby. And then go stand by the window because you can't take the Chad smell.
Smelly Chad.
Oh,
Chad is awful.
He's awful.
He's not as bad as Richard Horn, but he's an awful character meant to be awful.
Richard Horn, the hippie lost in the woods.
No, Richard Horn is the man made out of blades in a wind tunnel.
Oh yeah,
Jerry Horn has his foot is not his foot.
That's not.
When is a foot not a foot? That's a really good stunt that he does. That right before the cut, when he like throws himself, into a flip. Yeah, it's Ben and Jerry. I don't think it's discussed enough. The fact that the brothers are named Ben and Jerry.
Yeah, I'd never put that together.
I don't know how intentional it is, but it's very funny to me.
Yeah.
They were almost sort of the villains. They were definitely doing some criminal shit and prostitution and illegal gambling and stuff, but like they weren't like really bad guys. They weren't even involved in the cocaine trade, or were they?
They weren't they were antagonists.
Yeah.
Not villains.
They weren't
whereas
killing people.
Like Leland Bob was a villain.
Yeah.
And I think you could safely say that Jacques was.
The whole Renault, the problem was that Ben and Jerry were involved with the Renaults, who were definitely villains.
Bobby Ledoux. Or is it Bobby Ledoux? Who's the Ledoux? That's a different show.
Ledoux.
It's True Detective.
Oh boy. Okay.
That's the swinging gas mask, tidy whities dude.
That's another thing. So my friend Steve.
Reggie Ledoux.
Right. So my friend Steve watched Twin Peaks up until episode 8 and stopped watching it. And my brother Kevin one time told me he was watching True Detective, and he got to the episode where you see Reggie in his gas mask and the underwear, and then the credits roll. And Kevin says, "And I don't know what happened," and then I never watched any more of it. It just hadn't grabbed me at that point, and I know the guy in the gas mask's underwear was like supposed to, but I just didn't watch any more of it.
You know, not all art resonates with all people.
I guess that's true.
That's I find that surprising, but there's lots of art that doesn't resonate with me. So.
So obviously,
not finding Reggie Ledoux compelling seems like
that's
some
a tough
kind of
one.
superhero power.
That's a cool guy. At least to watch on the television.
Yeah.
That TV show's fucked up.
That's one of my favorite shows.
First season, incredibly good.
Yeah.
You seen all of it?
All of first season?
No. Have you seen all of True Detective?
Well, Kevin hasn't. I don't know. I mean, I stopped right before they went into Carcosa. No, I have seen all of it many times. I have also seen all of season 2 a couple of times, and I have not. And I saw season 3 once. I have not seen season 4.
Oh yeah, there's a season 4.
Yeah. I want to. Some people don't like it, but lots of people don't like things that I like, so I'm gonna give it a shot.
Some people don't like season 2.
Yeah, I like season 2. I think if you want season 1 again, then you're not happy that season 2 isn't that, and I totally get that. But I just thought it was its own thing. I thought it was great. Season 3 tried to be season 1.
Yes.
Very hard. It did an okay job at being season 1 again, and not the same, not quite as good.
I think I probably saw season 3 one time. And my biggest take was, this is because people didn't like season 2.
Yeah. That was my take as well. I'd love to watch it again. And see, because it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it was in the before times. Everything in the before times was a long time ago.
I definitely had a feeling like they were not going to make any more of it until they made season 4.
Yeah.
Which
has Jodie Foster in it. She's a badass. So
yeah. She
about True Detective.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Season 3 was the 3 or was it 4?
She's 4. Jodie Foster's 4. In season 4.
Okay. Yeah, I saw 4. Not bad.
Oh,
nice.
Awesome.
Oh, cool.
I skipped 2 and 3.
I would, if you got nothing to do, I
it?
would say check them out. Yeah. I would, if you got nothing to do, I would say check them out. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool shit too. It's a totally different pulp. Like, season 1 is Lovecraftian detective noir, modern-ish. Season 2 is like Eyes Wide Shut. It's like not Lovecraftian. It's like
it's
more
like secret societies.
More like Arthur Machen
than
Lovecraft. Arthur Machen.
I assume they all involve personal trauma.
Yes,
I would say so. Yeah. I also seem to recall
common thread.
I seem to recall the second season having a lot to do with municipal planning. It's about the people running society and making decisions and building projects and stuff.
Yeah. What's his name? Vince.
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn.
Right, the guy from Swingers.
Yeah, Vince Vaughn is in that. He's really good in that.
It's about the people running society and making decisions and
Vince?
Yeah. The
Vince
guy from-
Vaughn.
Probably the guy from Swingers.
Yeah, Vince Vaughn is in that. He's really good in that. It's not like, not comedic, and he does a great job with it.
Yeah, it's more about like humans running society or running the world, or like I don't think even secret society is the correct term.
Well,
but it's
like
more about human shit than cosmic shit.
Yeah, and like the systems of civil society that like squeeze people like a toothpaste tube.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it sucks to be toothpaste.
Are there like cam girls?
There's the mansion and
There's-
the shit that happens in the mansion.
That's not really cam.
That's not
That's like
cam. I'm constructing stuff out of.
Yeah, I honestly really do not remember the intricacies of them. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, season 2. Well, there's a lot. One time, and maybe that's when Dragon of the House comes out, and I buy.
Just keep that long pause.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about it, but I'm definitely thinking about how hard it would be to crush someone's skull with one hand.
Oh, the skull is an extremely durable piece of
Yeah,
bone.
with 2 hands, it would be tough.
Oh yeah.
With one
Yeah,
hand,
I
you
had
gotta
a-
be some kind of supernatural entity.
I had a boss when I was like, well, she's a supervisor at CVS when I was working there when I was like 18 with weebs, who would sometimes get headaches and asked me to like put my fingers interlaced on the top of her head and then squeeze the side of her head as hard as I could.
Ah.
Like squeeze people like a toothpaste tube.
Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah, I'm sorry that I'm half asleep tonight.
No worries. Thank you for hosting.
Yeah,
This
thank you
effort.
guys for being here. But yeah, that really episode 8 really is. It's almost like it's a little bit like the movie. Steve, if you hear this, and actually also Kevin, you guys are both dorks.
Talking about Twin Peaks episode 8, season 3 is like dancing about architecture.
Yeah, right.
It's like, I don't remember where that's from, but I stole the second half of that. But yeah, you can't. I guess you could dance about architecture.
Yeah. And you could talk about Twin Peaks: The Return of Season 8 episode.
Yeah. All right. And with that,
Chad is a really funny guy.
Chad.
Yeah.
Fuck right off.
And you could talk about Twin Peaks: The Return of Season 8 episode.
Yeah. All right. And with that,
Who's the living room, Chad?
I'm gonna ask a question that I don't want answered, which is: does something bad happen to Chad before the end of this series? I don't want an answer. I
hope so.
I hope so.
I really don't know the answer.
Okay.
I really do not know.
I mean, I think being Chad probably.
Being Chad is the ultimate punishment.
Yeah, usually.
Twin Peaks: The Return of Season 8 episode.
Yeah. All right. And with that.
Yeah, all right, and that is what we had to say about Twin Peaks The Return, episodes 8 and 9. And it's me again. I'm here back in this lovely June morning I was describing earlier. I've got the cats in now.